a nurse, you got to find people that know what they're doing. You can't just go, well, I was going to say, go down the street and, well, there's a crackhead over there. Come on in here. Let me hire you and put some scrubs on you. I need you to go in here and perform surgery, please. And that's no disrespect for nobody that smoke crack. I'm just saying, y'all. Come on now. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Not, you just wouldn't find some old anybody, You got to go to school for that, as you many people. Everybody know, I guess. Almost everybody. Maybe some people don't know. I don't know. But my point is this, y'all. I mean, this world, I'm just pretty much just speechless about what I see. And then a lot of it could be jealousy, too. People just don't want other people to get ahead, don't want other people to have things. I see that a lot. I think, like, I feel like it's worse for the people that have the top paying jobs, especially people that have top paying jobs. They have more to lose because most likely they've purchased more in life. And don't you know that people look at what you drive, and if they know what you live in, if they know a little bit about your life, people will be jealous of stuff like that. And the only thing they want to do is snatch the rug away from up under you. Oh, you got a nice car, you got a nice home, you got a good marriage or a good family life, good children. People who don't have that are jealous of that. Or even if they have it, but theirs is toxic, they'll be jealous because they perceive yours is not. Even if it is or isn't, it's none of their business, but regardless of which direction that goes, people will be jealous of you. You could be a doctor, and you're the top doctor out there, or top nurse out there. There's somebody that I'm sure is jealous of you. They're not going to let you see it, but you might hear about it, like they could be behind your back trying to sabotage you. You guys, and not just doctors, but anybody, any type of field out there, you got to be careful in the workplaces. I'm telling you, you got to be careful and trust no one, because that one that you think you can trust, you cannot, because a lot of times people can be coerced to do dirt against you, and their jobs are on the line if they don't do it and carry it out. And in that situation, I can see how a person could be like afraid of losing everything that they have. So if there's somebody dirty over them trying to get them to sabotage somebody else's job, I see why they, if they really feel like fearful of that person or what that person can do to their occupation or job stability, they would do that. And then there's some people that would say, no, you're not going to put me out there to do your dirty work. Do your own dirty work. But it takes a coward not to do their own dirty work. You know what I'm saying? It's somebody that they want to target, or a group of people they want to target, but they're too much of a punk and a coward to step to the person themselves. So they always want a little middleman so that they can throw the rock and hide their hands. It's in every workplace, I believe, regardless if it's a professional setting or some old ghetto hood rat get up mess. And there's a lot of that out there too, those types of places. But that attract those types of people, and that could be one of the dirtiest environments that you could be in. Those types of folks, good lord. And don't walk in there. You somebody that look nice and you clean and professional and intelligent. And you might not. They're not gonna want you there. I'm not gonna say you won't be there long, but you are gonna have to fight like an animal to stay there, probably. Because they definitely are not gonna want to be accepting of you, because you're a threat. You reflect to them everything and everybody they're not, or who they're not. Not everybody. You reflect to them everything they're not, who they are not, who they will never be. Your level of intelligence, whoever you are. The way that you look, you're well groomed, you dress nice. People don't like to see people like that. People like to see people down on their luck. Dirty people like to see other people down on their luck. They want to see you in decrepit cars, living in decrepit homes, wearing decrepit clothes. They want you to speak unintelligently. They want you to look ragged and jagged, like you just rolled out of the bed and came into the workplace. That's what they want to see, because then those type of folk can make them feel like they're somebody. But when you are somebody that is articulate, you're well put together, you're well groomed, your mannerisms are just like A plus, meaning you just conduct yourself, in like a ladylike fashion or a gentlemanlike fashion. No, they don't want to see nobody like you. Trust and believe, because you make them feel inferior. and they look at you like you're superior. And that's why they a lot of times they will treat you like they do because of how you make them feel. Because and it may not even be necessarily you're trying to make them feel that way. That's how they feel because that's what they are. They know that they are at the bottom of the barrel. And by somebody like you being on the scene, you just beat them down, what, 6, 7 more feet into their low self-esteem pit. I know what I'm talking about. So, for a lot of you out there, you're having a hard time in your professional settings, or even if you work in a non-professional setting. That's why you're having a hard time, because there's somebody there, they don't like the way you carry yourself. There's somebody there that you're making feel inferior. They may never admit to it, no, but you will see it through their mannerisms, through their behaviors. You will see it through all the backbiting and backstabbing, all the conspiracies, and the ditch digging and the pit laying and whatever you want to call it. But if they dig one ditch, they may as well dig two. They'll be the only ones to fall in it. If God Almighty has you, hello, can I talk about it? And we just live in a world now that is just toxic, it's evil, it's sinful, it's the last days, it's just a sign of Christ's return. Anytime you live in a world, you can't even, people can barely find a decent job nowadays. It's like, man, what kind of world is this? And there was a time when people could go to school because, you wanted a better workplace, you wanted a better income, you wanted to work around certain type of people, certain type of folk. But now you got to ask yourself, where are those folk at? The people that used to be on the scenes. I'm not saying that back in the day people weren't corrupt, because they were. But they still carried themselves with a level of professionalism that you just don't see it. That I just don't see in the world today. I can't speak for nobody else out there. I don't see it. I don't see it. And I'll tell anybody that. I don't see it. I'm not saying it's not out there. I'm not saying I don't see professional people. Of course I do. But I don't see it like, or maybe, has it ever been that way? Maybe it was just my perception, but, I know people are people, and people always been how they are. But, y'all, no, I'm right. I know the world has not always been like this. I don't care what nobody says. Like I said, me personally, I've worked in professional environments, quite a few of them. And I just, I just don't see the folks that I used to see when I was out there, when I actually had a professional jobs and stuff. I just, I don't even, I just don't see them. I don't, I'm not saying they're not still on earth, but some of them, but I just don't see it. I just don't see it, you guys. Even the way people conduct themselves, the way they speak, the way they greet. And I know we don't live in a world nowadays where you can shake people's hands, but I remember when people would enter a room and they would say, hello, nice to meet you, da da da, and they would shake hands. And I know because of the type of world we live in now, we can't really have that physical contact. But I remember when people did conduct themselves in a professional manner. I remember when you might have a few professional folk in the workplace. They looked it, they walked the walk, they talked the talk. But nowadays, you guys, I don't know what is out here. And I'm not talking about everybody, so don't read me wrong. I know there's still professional people out there. There has to be. I know I'm one. But and by professionalism, I'm not saying you necessarily have to be sitting behind a desk. Sitting behind a desk has nothing to do with professionalism at all. That's where a lot of people get it twisted. Talking hateful and snappy to people, that has nothing to do with professionalism. That's somebody who don't know what professionalism is, and they think by snapping people up, that's making them look professional. No, that's making them look like a clown. That's somebody who's not professional. That's somebody who's not intelligent. That's somebody who's faking it and ain't gonna never make it. Professionalism is like common sense. You've either got it or you don't. You either got it or you don't. You either are or you are not. You either are or aren't. You can't buy it, you can't fake it, you can't imitate it. You're either that substance or you're not. Some people are just naturally professional. And I'm going to tell you, people don't like that. They don't like that, I'm telling you. When you don't act like they act, talk like they talk, do like they do, your mannerisms are different, your posture's different. No, they don't like that. They want you to walk up in the joint like, never mind. They want you to come up in like you ready to set it off or something. Probably. I don't know. Lord, forgive me if I'm wrong, but I just know that people want their own kind around them. I know that much.